Allison, Green Grids. I think I got my phone turned right this time. I don't know why. It just did an update. Sometimes it doesn't update at work, sometimes it don't. Hope everybody's doing well today. A lot of news coming along out of Ukraine and other places. Russia, it appears that Vladimir Putin is having raging fits internal to his staff. And at the same time, a lot of the Russian soldiers apparently just don't have the fight in them at all. I'm going to go into that in a minute. Hang on, guys. Let's share out here and let's turn the screen around. I am in Gunnersville. I have just got through, left Gadsden earlier. I had a funeral for my uncle. Well, it was a graveside service, unfortunately. He was the brother closest to my mother in both age and emotion, I guess. So how's everybody doing? We got a few people coming in. Okay, we got people streaming in now. Green Atlanta, Space Girl. Let's see who else we got here. We got Mason. All right, Judy Dowell. All right, and Pierce Fennel. I'm reading that right. Josh Os. Okay, I have a hard time saying this because the sun on the screen. Oh well, let's see. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, thank you guys. He was a good uncle. He was a good man. Very even-tempered man for the most part. Very professional. Had two beautiful daughters. Man, unfortunately, one of them died the same day he died. Totally unrelated. Totally unrelated, guys. So I'm going to talk about this Russia thing. Before we talk about Russia, let's just get a nice view for a second. You know, sometimes it's important to stop and smell the roses on the way to the apocalypse, right? Well, I don't know we're having any apocalypse, but it could. Putin is, he seems to be very mentally unstable. So here we are, guys. So we got these hills, these little mountains here around this lake. Makes a beautiful area, guys. Makes a beautiful area. We got a beautiful day. This event was taken, you know, it's a good little drive down to Gadsden from my house and back. So, pardon me. I watch this traffic there. You know, one thing I haven't seen a whole lot today is semi-trucks. I'm seeing two now, but I haven't seen a lot of semi-trucks out here on the highway today, not what I normally see. Makes me wonder if a lot of them are going to join the convoy. That was coming around pretty fast, coming through town. Leaning over, you know, if I was a cop, I might pull him over. He's got to be speeding. You know, it's one thing when a little car speeds, a big old truck. There's a lot more. more dangerous, guys. So here we are. This is our lake. Like I said, we're gonna get into this topic, but first we'll take in just a little bit of scenery as people join in the room. We got 63 in here now and only 24 thumbs up. So help me out with that, guys, with the algorithms. This is the area where I was born. Yeah, this is in Alabama, just in case you're wondering about it. Yeah, we have hills, we have lakes here in Alabama. Here in North Alabama, it's hilly, especially northeast Alabama. Of course, toward the Gulf Coast, it gets kind of flat down there, relatively speaking. I've shown y'all some of this in the past. All right. So I'm not able to follow the text messages very well while I drive. So I'm just going to talk a little bit. I'm not going to make this a long video, most likely. But we'll stop and smell the roses for a second. Some people tell me all I bring is fear porn. Really? No. And then some people say I'm goofy because I don't just bring fear porn. Wow. You can't satisfy them all, guys. There's no way. So I guess the main thing is that we satisfy you guys. You're my main followers. This used to be a park where I used to go swim as a little kid. Just be up here, up there. Right out there. That was our little Madison County Park. Been in that water many times when I was a kid. Alright. We'll kind of get into it now. We'll get into the topics. By the way, this is part of my Eyes Wide Open and Head on a Swivel series, so please subscribe to my channel. bang the notification bell and click all. There's a bunch of big houseboats. Somebody's got a little money. And we got some on this side too. Look at that. A lot of piers, big boats, nice stuff. And we'll come with some sailboats in a little bit. So, what's happened, guys, is that the really strange news is a bunch of Russian Marines from their from their 810th Brigade out of Crimea. Russian Marines from the 810th Brigade out of Crimea, serving on ships that were intended to attack Odessa, decided not to. They mutinied. Apparently they were starting to come under fire from the Ukrainian officials because they were poised out there for an attack on Odessa, and they radioed the Odessan authorities and said, hey, just let us leave. They didn't want to fight. They mutinied and went back to Crimea, according to Ukrainian sources. Now, the Russian sources might dispute that. It's also been reported, there's reports of Russian tanks left operating, fully functional with fuel, where the soldiers just abandoned them. So I guess Putin has given a big contribution to Ukraine in the world of armament and tanks and such and so forth, it may seem at the moment. Yeah, here's some sailboats up here. So that is a couple of big biggies. The mutiny, the 810th Brigade of Marines out of Crimea was huge news. Basically, as I said earlier, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. A lot of the Russian troops just don't seem to really want to fight. And that may have a whole lot to do with why they've not taken Kyiv yet. There's an old nursing home. Been growing up with kudzu, and looks like they just got the kudzu cut off of it. They found it back there, hidden, the kudzu patch. That's what happens here. Kudzu will just take over. Also, be it known that let's see, in the northern part of Ukraine, there's a town called Koryakova. I believe that's the way you said it, something like that. Koryakova. And Koryakovka. There, apparently, unarmed civilians by the dozen swarmed Russian tanks that were coming in, and the tanks just turned around. Unarmed civilians, just kind of like Tiananmen Square. And the tanks are just like turning around. We don't want to fight a bunch of unarmed civilians. They're just leaving. There's all kind of crazy reports coming out of Ukraine like that now. As you know, there is a column, a 40-mile column, a convoy going into Ukraine, heading toward Kyiv. That's a huge, massive column. You know, if all things were equal, you'd say that the days of Kyiv are numbered. That column, spells a certain doom of Kyiv or the capture of it. Well, it might. That's possible. If all things were equal, given, the size of forces being deployed, you'd say that Kyiv's days are numbered, and maybe they are. But, you got to wonder now, given the way things are going, if Putin has just entered the new club that founded by General Mark Milley and Biden for giving armaments to other countries, like Taliban. I don't know, guys. I don't think Putin meant to do that, but it seems that it's highly questionable as to what's going to happen next there. So it merits watching. It's also been reported that Putin has sent his family to a bunker. But it's not just any bunker. Apparently it's a luxury bunker. In fact, like an entire underground city, highly equipped in Siberia. And this place is at some park in the Altai, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Altai, A-L-T-A-I mountains. And supposedly some big secret bunker, but I don't know how secret it would be if it's the size of a city. This hill used to remind me of a hill on the road to Fairbanks, but when they widened the road, they cut out the features so it don't no longer resemble that hill I used to pass all the time on the Alaska Highway going into Fairbanks. Anyway, just a point of note. So this comes to us from a professor, Valerie Solovey, yeah. Professor Valerie Solovey, 61, although some people in Russia claim he's a conspiracy theorist, but he recently made some claims about Putin's health, and the local authorities spent about 7 hours interrogating him over it. So makes you wonder if the guy has some inside intel and they're trying to figure out how he's getting it. But he also claims that that Putin and his defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, if I've said that right, has gone through shamanistic rituals. That they have participated in shamanistic rituals prepared relative to all the things going on there. Now, I don't know about that, but there's other reports that seem to be coming out that Putin is mad, that he is actually upset, angry, mad, like throwing a fit with his inner circles, and he is really jumping on them hard and showing a lot of, they say it's very uncharacteristic because he's a man, KGB guy who never shows emotion, and all at once he has been throwing fits about what's going on over there, blaming them for lack of performance of the Russian troops in Ukraine, for lack of capturing things. He seemed to think that, this is beautiful, guys. I was just stop talking for a minute. This is really beautiful here. I grew up in some beautiful country. What can I say, guys? Some limestone cliffs. The side of the mountain I grew up on is all sandstone, by the way. As I come north, we get in the limestone area real fast. Yeah, so we should take a little detour if we get a chance up here. There is a stone arch up here. Maybe I should make a little detour to it. The sun's in the sky. I do need to get back to the house. That'll be a big detour. How far it is. I've been up there once. So, strange things are happening in Russia, especially with Vladimir Putin throwing apparently temper tantrums and getting mad at his inner circle, his inner staff, his generals, his other inner staff administrators. That don't bode well for him, and it don't bode well for us. If he's having temper tantrums, he could indeed be a very dangerous man. Even if his troops don't want to fight, he could still launch things at us. But, we can only hope and pray that the people in his command would refuse the order at that point. Should he launch, we just got to hope and pray that they would refuse the order, and they might. Because, you're talking doomsday. Do they want to carry out an order to commit doomsday? That's a millstone in the house. They put a W over the millstone, so you can't tell it's a millstone anymore. You could until recently. Let's see if I can find this, guys. It's not too far up here. There's something interesting up this road. It's not too far. 5G can't handle vegetation of any type, leaves and stuff like that. And networks are supposed to fall back on 4G, but I don't think 4G can handle it either. So I was wanting to show y'all a little stone bridge here in Alabama. I saw it, but I can't even take a picture there because I still have my video running. I didn't want to mess it up, but it was not linked in. So I'll just have to go back there one day and maybe just do some video and upload it later or take some pictures. But there is a little stone bridge up there. I just regret that I couldn't share it with you guys live, but it wouldn't let me do it. Sorry about that. Got some limestone around here. A lot of limestone cliffs along the road here, little ones. Well, we passed probably the last part of the lake now. Yeah, but I did want to show you that little stone bridge. That would have been a cute thing to look at. Just wouldn't let me do it. So where are we at? This whole thing with Russia, guys, there's just a lot to be seen yet. We just don't know. Are they going to take Kyiv? or not. We don't know. But it's not gone well for Putin. He sure hasn't been able to do it in the timeline he wanted. The Belarusian forces, well, the Chechen forces got involved, and they got whipped. The Belarusian forces are going in now. Belarus is another nation. Now you got two nations invading the Ukraine. Russia couldn't handle it by themselves, so Belarus is jumping in. So now it's a three-nation war, or what Putin referred to as a special operation. Yeah, right. So it's, but the Belarusians going to have any more fight in them than did the Russians. See, the thing is Ukrainians and Russians, are tight people, and are kind of like brethren. In fact, Kyiv was considered the mother city of Russia. It's where Russia started out, the Rus people. It was the original capital before it went to Moscow. I've had somebody come, oh, Kyiv's not Russian, it's Ukrainian. Well, it is true, it's Ukrainian. It's a Ukrainian city, but it is still considered the mother city of Russia. It is, just look it up. Look up the history, I kid you not. It is where Russia's considered to have started. And that's part of where Putin was coming from and all these things he was saying. But the problem in his analysis was the Ukrainians didn't want a part of it. And maybe he had deluded himself to think that they would have welcomed them as liberators when instead they've been fighting back. So it may be that Putin has got himself into a very highly skewed worldview that has no resemblance to the reality on the ground today. And as a result of that, he may make very rash decisions. That's what we got to worry about. When he's acting erratic and emotional, as he seems to be, a person like that is prone to do things that aren't rational. He may make rash decisions, considering he's got his finger on the nuclear button. That's not a good thing, guys. I'm not saying we're going to have a nuclear war, even with him putting things at a higher state of alert. It would be my hope that if he commands that the generals don't follow the commands, that they would instead maybe just decide to stage a coup and replace him. But we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, will Putin make a decision like that? And if he does, would the generals resist it? Or would they issue the commands and maybe some of the forces will launch and some wouldn't? Here's what has been said that I've read recently, and that is that NATO has a policy that even if a tactical nuke is used in the battlefield, that they would respond to Russia hitting them, every Russian city, full-fledged nuclear war. So that's immediate escalation from tactical battlefield nuclear events to strategic, which that kind of blows my mind, considering that our forces had considered and had a policy to use tactical nuclear weapons in the battlefield. So that policy is not making a lot of sense to me. I'm wondering if there's just something off of that. This is the Paint Rock River. Looks like. Anyway, got some little hills here. So I'm just kind of giving you guys some updates and talking, and I'm not even saying, this who's at fault and this, that, and the other that so many people are so prone to do. What you can know out of all this is as follows. Putin, well, as it turns out, I'm really surprised at how much gas the United States actually gets from Russia. I was really surprised to see that we get gasoline. I see Europe gets a lot of their natural gas that they use for home heat through the pipelines and going into Germany. But it turns out we actually get a lot of gasoline in the United States from Russia. And Putin is very likely to cut that off since we've cut off so much of his stuff. I'm sure the Chinese would love to buy that stuff. So if he cuts us off, that's just one more input to drive up the price of gas in the United States, which is just one more input that's going to drive our cost up, inflation up, and the price of food. And the farmers got to run all those tractors. A lot of them are diesel, but a lot of them are still gasoline too. So, a lot of questions, guys. And of course, natural gas is what's used to make a lot of the nitrate for fertilizers, and Putin sending a lot of that to Europe, and he shut that off. And we already know that the prices of fertilizer triple, so just expect them to go. So what do you expect out of this? Even if the war stops today, if all the troops just say the heck with this, throw down their rifles and turn around and walk home, we're going to have an economic train wreck in part because of this. We're going to have more inflation, higher food costs. Now, it may not be a permanent thing, at least the degree of it. Some of this inflation is going to stick just because of bad decisions on our side in the management of our economy and expenses and expenditures taken by our government over the decades, especially recent expenditures by the Biden administration, the decisions they made. But you can really expect that the cost of everything is still going to go up. But there are some temporary drivers that's really strong forcing functions that's driving them up hard right now, and that has to do with Russia. And that has a lot to do with the price of nitrate. It has a lot to do which drives the price of fertilizer and food. It's going to hurt farmers. It may throw some farmers even out of business. So that's why you got to get ready, guys. You got to prepare. Right now, this February, this is the best time to buy seeds. Check out my links to True Leaf Market. You can send me so many of my videos. Oh, $3.19 for gas there. Wow, I wish I saw that coming down. Look at it, they're crowded though. You know that. Right now, that's pretty cheap. I just paid $2.29. Thought I was getting a good deal. $3.39 over there. I mean, a good deal, relatively speaking. I just spent $51 filling this small car up a little bit ago. And that's kind of atrocious. That is terrible. All right, maybe I need to pull over somewhere and check y'all's messages here. I basically have, finished talking about the kind of stuff I was talking about. I have a lot to add to it. Not a lot to add, unless y'all ask me to tell you something else. I'm going to pull over here. Get in here somewhere. Just pull over the parking lot. Check messages. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to part like I'm about to pull out or something. Piggly Wiggly. Y'all realize that Piggly Wiggly is the first ever grocery store chain? And I believe it started in Memphis. So the grocery store was invented here in the South, if y'all didn't know. All right, I'm going to pull off my shades so I can read better. And let's see what everybody's got to say here. Yeah, it's kind of funny. My phone went through an update, and I was aggravated by it. But suddenly, for the first time, and since I first got it, and the first update went through then, I'm able to, where'd everybody go? I'm able to, first time since I first got this phone and used it, I think the first time I used it, let me do that. And it went through an update, and I couldn't go landscape. Now suddenly, going landscape, bing, right off the bat. All right, let's see what everybody's saying in here. We got 123 in the room. Wow, that's good. But only 97 thumbs up, guys. Help me. Are you buffering too? Well, I hope not, but that's possible, guys. AK is beautiful. I enjoy myself when I visited. Somebody talking to Wise out. So I missed, okay. The first part of the conversation got truncated. Probably been a lost signal. Sorry, guys. Putin is a WEF guard. You mean he's a World Economic Forum? He's part of it or against it? A lot of people think he's against it. Won't no part of it. But I just showed you pictures last night of him all over the World Economic Forum. Shaking hands with Klaus Schwab. He's not the angel a lot of people think he is, okay, guys? A lot of people think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread and Jesus Christ walked on earth. Trust no man saith the Lord. You got to remember that, guys. Remember that. Don't forget it. We people are all fallible, even the very best. But when you've been in power, absolute power, for a long time, you're going to have some real issues. Some real issues, especially considering his KGB route, guys. Putin has at his disposal enough nukes to destroy the world. Let's hope his minions refuse orders from a madman. I hear you, Judy. I hear you. Wise Al, you should see the homes that are building along A1A in Melbourne. Mansions, huge, ridiculous. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that, Wise out. I've been on that road a few times, but it's been, I haven't been down there since the shuttle launch before last. This is the last time I went down there. I wasn't down for the final shuttle launch, but I was down there for the shuttle launch before that, which they thought at the time might be the last one. That's the only shuttle launch I actually ever saw. I've been in the vehicle assembly building on the space shuttle, and I've been inside the crawler itself. I think the European people who rely on Russian gas, yeah, they're going to have a rough time. Well, their full name. They are going to have a rough time. America has no right to put so many people's lives at risk. They are going to have a rough time. Well, our sanctions play into it, but so does Putin's moves. And like I said, there's no simple thing to this. It's all a lot of people to blame. So Elton Butterfield, somebody's talking to him. No, you have thousands of lifetimes in a simulator. It's cause and effect creation in a simulator. No buffering. I have not watched any reporting on the conflict, but you can tell BS when you hear it. There's a lot of it out there. A lot of it. And there's BS coming from both sides. Hey, we got 420 Freedomist Films in here. What's up, Ransom? Yeah, I'm not seeing everybody at Scenic because apparently when I went through when I tried to go up that little stone bridge and I got in the trees, it cut my signal off. And when my signal got cut off and I got back, I lost all the text that you guys were putting in before that. Sorry about that. I was hoping to respond to you guys on that stuff. Ice Pike. Our gas prices went up. Hey guys, this is we're in February. I'm here wearing, look guys, I'm here wearing the tie. I'm not seeing the tie very often. I got my shirt sleeves rolled up. I don't even have a t-shirt on, and it's comfortable. I have in the month of May, this is in Alabama, February. Well, no, it's March now. That's right, it's the first day of March, pardon me. I have in the first day of May, not in the first day of May, I have in the month of May seen people standing on a lake, cutting holes in it and ice fishing. Which that was Alaska. Interior Alaska at that. You wouldn't see that down around Anchorage, the part of Alaska we affectionately refer to Anchorage as the banana belt. It was so much warmer than the interior. All right, let's see. Check out Jimmy Dore's reporting on the subject. Jimmy Dore, is that is he the guy in Donetsk? Some guy there. I actually subscribed to him. I don't know, what is that guy? The guy in Donetsk is actually a communist, guys. Bigfoot. I was trying to look for Bigfoot. We lost the signal there. Well, that's odd. I was able to do live walking around the woods behind my house, but those woods had totally wiped it out. Words are only words, and the intent that carries them. People worry too much about specifics when it's the heart of the intent that really matters. Now, wise out is proven to be wise indeed. That is a very wise comment. It's it's the intent of the heart that really matters. She got it there. That is so true. If the NOKs, we won't have to. He won't have a way out. Well, some people are asking, what is his exit plan? Does he have an exit plan? So guys like him have to save face in some way. Well, it's going to be hard for him to save face at this point, and maybe that's a big part of the problem. He is really apparently having temper tantrums, what I'm hearing, which is not a good thing. Do they have women soldiers? I think they do. I imagine they're a minority. Russian troops aren't woke like American troops. You got to give Russia some credit, but they probably do have some women troops. Russia, let's see. I'm going to put this down here where I can see the screen a little better. So I'm getting a scenic view of my windshield wiper. If I put it up, it's nothing to see anyway. It's just, I'll let y'all see me. There we go. Halo. There we go. I'm getting called. People calling me when I'm doing a video. Holy smoke. Russian oil has gone up tenfold in the past 2 days. Tenfold. Whoo! That's not good. Hey, Perry McClure, who's over in Europe right now. Perry, what are you feeling about all this? Perry's in Sweden, I believe. And Sweden and Finland are looking at maybe taking a vote to join NATO against Putin's demands. So Putin is really, a lot of his demands are backfiring. He's not getting what he's wanting, which may just make him all the madder. I'm building a bunker in my backyard, says Perry. That may be a good move there, Perry, especially over there. I would say that's probably a really good move. Hey, Greg, Crazy Time says, only, yep. Sherry Johnson, it's midnight in Ukraine right now. I'm not looking at a live video feed. Lee Wilbarger is running about 16 live feeds simultaneously right now. Is anybody watching? Has anybody seen the latest over there? You know, I just got back from the funeral. Is Hunter still getting paid? That's a good question. Really good question. He was getting paid at the time because his dad was the vice president. Of course, his dad's president now. Yeah, well, those Biden certainly got some money out of that country. Is it true there's another prophecy on the American $100 bill? Some people think so. But, you know, it's hard to know that you can make things out of that. All right, now we got 131 thumbs up, and thanks, GD, for asking people to give us thumbs up. The Fourth Reich won a war. The USA down to 100 million. Deagle.com. Yeah, I don't know. Did they put that stuff back on Deagle? They took it off for a while lately. They had those predictions of us losing a major fraction of our population, and then they took it off, strangely. I like the truck better. Yeah, I hear you. But that truck cost me $6 a mile to drive. I guess, 6 miles a gallon. And that drive would have cost me a fortune in that truck. Funny how they've been lied to for 2+ years about Rona. News media. Although G's, oh yeah, they don't tell you anything about G's. Mr. Soros, do they? Seastone, hi GG, hello. Perry, 5 or 6 most likely, but we can make places for everyone. 97% of the country is big forest. All right, very good. Perry is building a bunker in his backyard. Well, Perry, you better get started digging real fast. You might not have much time. Check out my surviving nuclear war part 2 of 2 video, Perry. The part 2 of 2. You might want to catch part 1 for the background on radiation. I go into a deep dive on radiation in part 1. I thought they took the Deagle report down. Yeah, I didn't see it last time I looked there, Wise Al. That maybe they've added it back. Let's see, do a video in front of the Bat Cave in Gadsden as bats fly out. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I was down in Gadsden. That's where I just left from. Serious inversion, says Pierce. Sherry Jackson, gas is $1.75 a liter here in Ottawa. Yeah, I remember when I thought that was high when I paid that for it in what was that little town in Ukraine? It wasn't a town, it was just a gas station. It was probably the biggest community in 1,000 miles. It was either Beaver Creek or Bear Creek. I think it was Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek, something like that in Yukon Territory. Oldest Dirt, how you doing? We use too many plastics. It's oil-based. That's true. So true. We need to get away from that. And we're messing our environment up with it. Ukraine PM is a Jewish comedian, like the UK. Is that what Boris is in the UK? Well, that's true. He is Jewish, and he was a comedian. So, well, but you know, on the other hand, he is staying. He was offered an evacuation flight by Biden. He decided to stay and fight with his people. So. Putin's making a hero out of him. But, you know, Ukraine is a corrupt country, guys. It's been very corrupt. So one of the reasons the NATO wouldn't let it in. That Ukraine was too corrupt. Yet the whole fight here seems to be the possibility that Ukraine might enter NATO. That's really strange. Ukraine PM video circulating him dancing in high heels. Wow. Yeah. If the Russians come up here, I may have to kick some monkey. There you go, Perry. Yeah, you guys aren't going to take that very well. I know that. Pierce, they a bunch of idiots. Who's they in that case, Pierce? Russians blew up the Holocaust Center in Ukraine. Really? Hmm. Now, see, that's, if they were anti-Nazi, why would they blow up the Holocaust Center? Why would, if the Ukrainians are Nazi, why would they have a Holocaust Center? I've been told that their National Guard is, but how would the country be Nazi if the president's Jewish? And I won't say it's impossible, but it's kind of stretches the imagination a little bit. So I'm having a hard time going there. Gas is $3.66 a gallon here. Whoa, yeah, that's high. Well, about $3.39, $3.29 across the street. I'm looking at $3.25. It's a little cheaper down here than this where I'm at. General $3.80 a gallon a day, says Mr. Bovine. Oh wow. And Wild Angel, yes, remember grain stamps. Heck yeah. We were talking about that the other day. Grain stamps. Even shoot, Piggly Wiggly used to have a stamp too. When S&H green stamps, Piggly Wiggly had their own stamps. In fact, I think their stamps ran well after the green stamp days were over. All right, Alaska Prepper just put out a video. He says, ready for hyperinflation. Well, that's something we've just been talking about, guys. Are they, Granny? We're talking about all the Ukrainians leadership are all gay. Who's all gray, Granny? I said gray. I didn't mean gray. Take the R out. Excuse me. Russia will turn on Putin. They may do it. They may do it. Well, there's a lot of protests in the country right now over this. Like I said, a lot of people in Russia, they why are we hitting the Ukraine? This is a country we love. Why are you attacking them? Well, there's going to be a lot less love in Ukraine for Russia after all this, especially Vladimir Putin. But they're all in cahoots with Klaus and now Pierce, they are. But tell you what, both sides are apparently. I showed last night. I was showing tons of pictures of Putin there with Klaus. But the Ukrainians may be tighter on it. They're definitely in cahoots with the Biden family. Putin. Well, you know what old George W. Bush called Putin? He called him Pooty Poot. But George Bush, both of them, the dad and the son, I wouldn't give you 2 cents for either one of them. Pam Sloan, email about an interview. When did you email me, Pam? Send back. Send me another one, Pam. Send me another. Oh, you sent me an interview. Oh, so you sent me an email about something. I got to contact your sister or somebody. That's what it is. Wouldn't hurt to resend that though, because my emails get like, I was going to have to make a phone call, not to you, but to your sister, so I was going to have to introduce myself. Just like Trudeau, who was a drama teacher. I think he's still a drama queen. Trudeau, oh my God. He was a launch officer for NASA. He launched a rocket that took pictures of Hellbop, says Julie. Michael Sherman Garden, how you doing? Oh, Hellbot was in the sky when I was setting up my Halo altitude liftoff Sky Launch 1 rocket for launch off of Topsail Beach in North Carolina. All this dirt. March 1st, yeah, I got off on the date. Wow, am I that far behind in comments? You're looking handsome, says Cosmic Blue. Well, thank you. Yeah, wearing the tie today. Well, it was a funeral, guys. It was a funeral. Hello, says Sophia. Hey, Sophia, how you doing? I gotta have some tea. Yeah, I went to Burger King and got me some tea. All right, that seems like part of the script. It may be. I got Bigfoots here. Sasquatch, I'm wanting to live with now, says Perry. Got them forest up there. Remember when I was being blocked? Let's see. Grant says, remember when I was being blocked, I typed you more and they blocked them all. They blocked everybody because just typing Sophia. Where were you blocked at? All right, new days, old ways. How you doing? Trump was the peacekeeper. Well, I know one thing. Putin is only during the Trump administration did Putin not invade somebody. But then again, what I tell you guys, you be the tough kid on the playground, and nobody's stealing your candy. It don't mean you got to act tough. You know, quite often the toughest, biggest, baddest hombre is the most gentle guy in the crowd. Why? Because he can afford to be. Nobody's gonna mess with him. You ain't got to go around barking and acting tough if you're already tough. You ain't got to go wah, 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 you know, flex your arms and wave around bang bangs, and you're already tough. You just be yourself. Laugh. Most playful animals in the animal kingdom are the top predators. Let's see here. Wow, it's taking me a while to get through these. I gotta scroll faster, because I know I'm not getting to the bottom of this. I think y'all putting messages in faster than I'm trying to read them. All this dirt. He passed away, Greg, so no posting since his death. Who are we talking about, those dirt? Rigel, Spellman. Passed away. Okay, oldest dirt. Who are we talking about? Is it Deagle? The guy that runs Deagle passed away? I have a KOW World News going 24/7 on my TV with a little piggy bar. Right. Yeah, I see him there all the time, Judy. Is there anything hopping right now over there? Because I'm here, so I know you're watching both. You got sunburn in 10 minutes today. Ooh, a lot of UV then. All right. So, do you ever work at White Sands? No, I've been by there. My son was stationed there when he did Patriot missiles. But I've been to Alamogordo, and there's also got a space museum up there. They try to get my D6 rocket stuff on because they got some of that stuff. But and it was flown in New Mexico actually. They had White Sands, so the rocket in my backyard came from White Sands. But it was being managed by the Marshall Space Flight Center, which is up the road here from where I'm at, Redstone Arsenal, Huntsville, Alabama. Sassafras Red, hey Greg, in Palm Springs, California, I paid $4.90 a gallon. Ooh. Well, that's California. Wow, what can you say? Lee has 14 cameras, a map, and a banner going. Oh yeah, the Putin banner. Let's see. Hey Greg, from Prepping for Seniors page. All right, good to see you there. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I definitely qualify as a senior, and I definitely am into the prepping. Talk about Russia propaganda. So what's the propaganda there, Sassafras? What I was putting out here was that a lot of the troops are just not going in and doing anything. A lot of them are just not fighting. And apparently there were troops, Russian Marines, that just basically did a mutiny when they're supposed to be attacking Odessa. They went back home to Crimea, and that's the 18th Brigade. So I don't know, guys. At least that's what Ukraine reported. You and your lady speaker taught me a lot, Gigi. My lady speaker. Granny, you and your lady speaker. Who's my lady speaker, Granny? You and your lady speaker taught me a lot. Let's see. Dr. G-Man's place. Marfuga reported on a nuclear storage facility. Well, of course there's nuclear storage facilities. What about the nuclear storage facility, Dr. G-Man? Well, Dr. G-Man, check it out. Your logo is on my hat. Some knucklehead posted on the bottom of one of my videos about, oh, you're satanic. I heard that again. Like, really? You got that satanic star on your head. You're satanic. Well, that's the Space Force. Ain't anything to do with being satanic. Good grief. All right, $3.79 a gallon in Maine. Not good. That's $0.50 more than what I'm looking at across the street right now. Dude, you have to look at Azov Battalion. Their insignia is a SS insignia. Ah, okay. Stephen Bandera, the father of the Ukraine. Well, I heard that some of the National Guard were, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the whole nation. Our gas just went up 40 cents a gallon. Okay, yeah, it's going up fast. It's because of this war, because of our crazy president here. Relevance. All right. Let's see. Governments and the ultra wealthy of all the countries are to blame for the issues we're having, not the majority of the citizens. You got it still, Roz. Bingo. Renee Link just came in with to the video. Is Putin wrecking the laundry that Obama and Biden's in the Ukraine? Well, that's easy enough to do, I suppose. But there's a lot more to it than that, I believe. They're canceling Putin's. They're canceling Putin's here. Okay. Yeah, but guys, when Putin talks about, his terms for what he wanted not to go in or what he wants to stop the attack, when the terms of he put out there for negotiation with Ukraine, had nothing to do with that stuff. It had to do with Russian security, or his perceptions of Russian security and wanting to keep Crimea. As that was the terms. It had nothing to do with those things a lot of people are claiming it's all about. So I think a lot of those claims, that's not the basis of it, guys. Everyone's screaming they want the laundry that's going through Ukraine, not mess with how dare Putin do this. Lots of nations fell to Germany, and many other people joined the Nazi cause. Yeah, that's unfortunately true. But a lot of them were already there philosophically anyway, probably. I mean, it had a period of populism in Europe, in Italy and Germany. 106 degree. Wow. Where's that at, Scooby? Are you in Australia? Excuse me. The entire World War II was brutal. And all fronts and sides did brutal things. That's true. Putin must be doing something they don't like, all these countries coming against him, says Linda. Skywatcher, Stargaze. Hey, Greg, how you doing? The truth is all sides lie. Now, yeah, you got it. There you go. All sides lie. All elites are in it for one another, not the people. Bingo. So that's fresh guy. Now they may fight over which one of them gets to be at the top of the pile. So I think there's they're fighting over whose brand of the NWO wins. I think that's really what it boils down to. It's whose brand makes it to the top. It's like Coca-Cola and Pepsi having cola wars. In the end, they want everybody drinking that junk, which nobody ought to drink. A lot of Ukrainian, the shenanigans, how can we keep up? Putin is all part of the plan. Would not surprise me. Trump had Vlad on something. Could be. But then again, Trump was a tough guy. You don't want to mess with a tough guy. Biden, he's definitely not the tough guy. Russia lost 30 million men fighting the Nazis in World War II. They stormed Berlin, the Russians. Yeah, they were hit hard in that. So I don't know why Putin is so worried about, military threatening to Russia. I mean, the only thing that might happen in Russia is you do a missile attack. I mean, nobody's going in to occupy Russia. No force in the right mind would ever try to occupy Russia again. We see what they do. The slash and burn tactics means they draw a force in, and the force starves to death and gets decimated on their fields. I mean, that's what did in the Russian army. It's what did in Napoleon. Russia is just a place you don't want to fight. Probably the same is true for China, and the same, as long as we still have our Second Amendment, the same would be true for here. You're not going to get very far coming here. This one guy keeps calling me. I got to call him back. Since you're coming from a funeral, my condolences. Thank you. So the Russians have lost a lot and times past, Americans have not helped one bit. No, we didn't help. We didn't help. Our side's been out for themselves. We're supposed to be better, but the past leaders have let us down. Amen. Amen. My Uncle Bill built the Phoenix missile. Then he was a launch officer for NASA. Okay. My Uncle Bill's got a still on the hill, runs a mile per gallon or two. Well, the buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, well, hey, it's nothing better than being a space hillbilly, right? I love you all. Anyway, we respect the worst of everything. Yeah, we expect the worst of everything, but enjoy the heck out of anything until it hits the fan. You're right there, Perry. You got to plan for the worst, but hope for the best. Stop and smell every rose you can. That's why I stopped and looked at the lake and gave y'all some good lakeside views as we're talking about all this craziness going on over there. And who knows, the whole thing might just cave in. Cool kill, says Perry. Still, they must be timing me out for saying, hey. Really? Who's timing you out? Paid past 327 to 85 for 3/4 of a tank. Whoa. Thought I got bad putting 50 something dollars in this little vehicle. Price is going to get stupid. That's right, stupid. And you're right about that. The lady you had about the fallout. I had a lady talking about fallout, like nuclear fallout. A lady? I had a guy, Craig, what's his last name? Craig Douglas. I had a lady talking about nuclear fallout. Really? A lady. And we had New Days always on talking, and she's in here in the chat room. We had her in here talking about herbs. Okay, you know what? I am not really following who we're talking about here. Winter I was, but they took it away. I don't care about that, says Granny. Okay. Oh no. Active bang in Hanford nuclear facility. Putin is not even using bombers yet. Propaganda the leaders of Ukraine are done. No, he's not using bombers. They've had a restricted approach. They didn't take air supremacy to start with. That may be part of what has kept them from taking things. This being said, Putin's first objective is to knock out the biolabs in Ukraine. Okay, that's the story I keep hearing. And I would have done a video, and then before I did my live session last night, but I spent all afternoon right after work researching this biolab story. And what I was finding was, okay, SBRs about biological work. Yeah, okay, there's always SBRs. And I was finding links to biolabs that are supposed to be U.S. Army biolabs scattered around the world in like 30 some odd countries. So I'd have to say, if that's true, then what's taking one or twosies of them out, some small percentage in Ukraine, really going to matter in the long run. And the list of all these biolabs did not include Wuhan. So, and all the sources for that came from one source in Bulgaria, everything I was seeing on it. So I'm going, okay, they're showing stuff and it looks like pictures of evidence, but all that could be faked. I don't know if they're painting a story out there or not. But here's what I got to tell you. Putin ain't said a darn word about it. Putin's not saying nothing about it. If that's important to Putin, if taking out the NWO is important to Putin, then why the heck ain't he talking about it? How come Putin don't even mention it? How come Putin don't talk about it one iota? How come it's all about keep your forces back and let me, keep Crimea and stuff like that? Why is he not talking that stuff? I mean, everybody, I'm saying tons of people are texting me constantly. It's only about that. That's what it's about. They're going in to take the biolabs and to take the NWO bankers out. I've had several people text me that. But Putin has not said a word about it. Show me links from RT, from Pravda, and other TASS, other Russian news sources citing this. Just show me a few links on that. Just bring them on here and show me those links. Because I went looking for it. I tried to give it a fair day in court to see if there was something to it, and those dots just didn't connect for me. Now maybe they have taken some out over there, but if you are taking out biolabs, you got to be extremely careful that you don't contaminate the environment in so doing, because if you got a biolab, it's got to keep a measure of containment. It's like, would you stop a nuclear power plant by nuking it? If you do, you created a huge problem. So how are they going about it, if they're doing that? And I'm not saying it's not happening, but I will say if that is the objective, it's not going to, in a big grand scheme of things, make a big difference if they've got them scattered all over the world. If there's something to be done in that area, if there's a problem in that area and something needs to be done, we need to take that on ourselves right here from home front. We need to do the research, find the data on it, and contact our elected officials and say, stop it, and we mean stop it right now. We don't want any more woo-ons. And, we could start with Senator Paul out of Kentucky, because he's the one that's been raking Fauci through the coals constantly, and he and Fauci have been having some good verbal wars. So if there's something to that, let's go to Senator Paul and others and bring this up, and not leave it to the Russians to take care of it, because Putin is no saint. Putin is after his own stuff. Putin has been in power for 23 years. Putin has had absolute power, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's looking after it himself. If maybe he's got a bonus point there, then he might go for it. But I just got through showing last night tons of pictures of Putin hugging Klaus Schwab. Yeah, really, hugging Klaus Schwab, and at several World Economic Forums. So Putin is a player in that scenario. So that's why I kept saying, guys, I think they're fighting over whose brand lifts to the top of the barrel at the end of the day to run the NWO. I think they're all in agreement that they're being NWO. They just want to know who gets to run it. And I think they're arm wrestling with military force to try to get there. Will it be Xi Jinping, Putin, combinations of Xi Jinping and Putin, or various political entities here in the United States, which is usually not them, but their controllers, because our politicians are transient beings, if you know what I mean. There's people that pull the strings, that run things. So, who runs the campaigns? Who's got the vested interest for the long term? Who finances all the lobbyists and lawyers up on K Street in Washington, D.C.? What is K Street? That's where all your legislation's written. That's where the lawyers are. That's where the lobbyists are. How do I know? I've been there. I know K Street. So that's where the action's taking place in D.C. So Crimea gas. Well, I don't know if we got much gas out of Crimea if they're having problems getting water there. But that is Sevastopol. It's the naval base that Russia would fight a nuke war to keep. So I'm in agreement to let them have it. That's how that's how Ukraine could get peace, is negotiate and let them have Crimea, let them have Donbass, and let that be that. See, Putin said that he would negotiate with that as long as Ukraine would be militarily neutral. He didn't say that the leaders had to leave. He didn't say the bankers had to leave. So if Putin was really going after all this other stuff that so many people see, I'm going to tell you what it sounds to me like. It sounds exactly like Q. This sounds like a PSYOP. The 70,000 warrants that were out that was going to be assigned to people, and already hundreds of them, including American celebrities that were arrested or already executed, claimed by Q. Of course, you see those guys walking around laughing every day. All those people were supposed to be arrested. Guantanamo wasn't big enough to put all the people in. They claimed were already there. And of course, our woke military under General Miley was going to do all this stuff according to the Q PSYOP, and they were going to put Trump back in office sometime after January the 6th. It wasn't happening. I'm probably going to take all kind of hits because I'm using all the wrong language in here. But you guys, you're pulling it out of me by continuing to insist on this talk about. I ain't buying it. I'm not buying this talk about the biolabs. I've received this from dozens of people, and they have sent me pages and pages of what they claim to be evidence. And I spent hours and hours looking at it, and the dots do not connect. It don't make a picture. It's like pieces in a jigsaw. It's like pieces from 5 different jigsaw puzzles that don't go together. So there may be some little bits and pieces, but I don't think that is Putin's primary objective. So I think Putin has other objectives, and I think those objectives are based on his highly skewed Fantasyland worldview. That is exactly. Watch these some deer. Hang on, guys. I don't know if we can scroll in on. There's some deer walking on the edge of the woods out here. So I can scroll in and bring them up here. Y'all see them? Let's see. Let me get my finger in it. There's one right there. One there. And one there. There's a deer, there's a deer, there's a deer. Y'all see them? Of course, this ain't good focus coming in here. So I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it, guys. I'm just not buying it. It'd be nice if I could buy that. It'd be nice if that was what were happening. See, the Q psyops, type psyops always tell you what you want to hear. They always tell you what you want to hear. Oh, it's always this, and this is what's happening. Don't worry your pretty little heads. Everything is taken care of, so you don't need to do anything. If we got a problem, and if that's the problem, then we need to do something about it, and don't rely on Putin to do it, because Putin is only handling a tiny fraction of it. Even if that is what he's doing, it really don't matter in the grand scheme of things, because Ukraine is small potatoes compared to the whole world. That's my point. So even if Putin is doing it, he's not really going to make a big difference. So why would Putin basically risk World War III to do that for a fraction of the forces? It don't make walking around sense, guys. It don't even make walking around sense. But again, what Putin's doing don't make walking around sense anyway to me. So I'm not buying that. Pardon me. Yeah, I've got somebody who's just mad at me because I'm not buying into that. I mean, just biting nails mad, telling me I should stick to worm farming. But this is an individual who thinks the Earth's flat, and that all the QSOPs were true. Which I guess that means Putin, Trump is sitting in the White House right this minute. For all those to be true, then that absolutely means Trump is not in Florida. He's in Washington, D.C., sitting in the White House. Oh, give me a break. I mean, and General Milley is a staunch conservative Trump lover. Yeah, right. That's the conclusion you'd have to come to. No, that ain't happening, guys. If Putin were such a killer and evil, crazy animal, they say, why are his troops making sure to keep the electricity, water, light? Because they don't want to do this. I've already talked about it. A lot of them have abandoned. What I started this video out. I started this video talking about Russian troops that are mutinying and not performing their job, not doing their job. It's been said Putin's first objective was to knock out the biolabs in Ukraine because there were many planning other viruses. You know, if they were doing, and that was, yeah, he ought to do that. But I'm going to tell you that what I just got through saying is, according to the sources, there are biolabs in 30 some odd countries all around the United States, not all around the world. If that's true, that work is against treaties and things that we have signed and commitments our military's made. And if that can be proved and busted, then people's heads ought to be rolling. There need to be Nuremberg trials for that kind of stuff. If that's true, Putin ain't going to take care of it for us. We need to do it ourselves. See, that's what I hate about all this cute stuff. Everything's being taken care of. Don't worry your pretty little heads. Well, then maybe that means it is true, and we're being told it's taken care of, but it ain't Putin that's doing it. It should be us to take care of it. Nobody else is doing it. You see what I'm saying? By golly, if that stuff is true, then you need to wake up. You need to get doing the research, find out where they're at, and you need to go on the Freedom Restoration Foundation website, figure out how to contact your leaders, and start calling them and making the phone calls, following the protocols that's set out there for you to follow in my Freedom Restoration Action Center, and call your legislators up, call your congressman up, and say, hey, stop this. And because it's illegal in the first place, and it's crime against humanity. On top of that, we had signed treaties with Russia that we wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, and if we are, that's illegal. Gain of function research should be outlawed anyway. Fauci's denied it to Senator Rand Paul, but it's really coming out that they funded it. My channel's probably gonna get shut down. You guys keep pumping me for stuff that make me say things that's going to get me totally ended forever. I mean, I can't be talking about this stuff on here, really. So, but guys, you're buying into Q. You have bought hook, line, and sinker into Q all over again. That's what I'm going to tell you. If you think all this is taken care of, then you have bought hook, line, and sinker in the Q, and you must believe that Trump is sitting in the White House. Trump is not in the White House, and he might be back in 24, maybe. But, they will try to stop him every way they can. And I'm not sure that Trump isn't one of them, too. To be quite honest, I trust no man. That's what the Bible says. Trust no man, saith the Lord. And I think that's a good philosophy to follow. Now, let's drop it. Let's quit talking about this topic. I don't want to hear it anymore because it's nonsense in terms of Putin's taking care of it. If it's a problem, you take care of it. You get involved because Putin can't do it, because it's not just Ukraine. It's all over the world if it's true. If those things that I've seen are true, it's all over the world, and there's no way that by picking on Ukraine, it's being taken care of. If it's true, the only way to take care of it is because it's been funded by the United States, is we go in and we contact our congressman and we get it done ourselves. Don't rely on other people to do the things that you should do. You should be a patriot. A patriot takes care of business. He don't rely on somebody else to do it because some psyop operation tells him everything's being taken care of. I don't care whether you think Milli Vanilli is putting Trump back in the office again, which that's the funniest thing I ever heard in my life, but that's part of the Q psyop, or you think that Putin is saving the world by taking out biolabs in Ukraine. If those biolabs are out there, according to the sources that I was seeing and stuff that was sent to me, then the ones in Ukraine are a drop in the bucket. But if it's also true, you can take care of that business. Only you can stop forest fires, guys. I didn't mean to be out here all night, but you're putting up 100% propaganda to run the NWO. Just got started. Says all 100% propaganda. That's an easy swap to make. What are you talking about? Be more definitive. Saying everything's propaganda. Well, there is a lot of propaganda out there. There's a lot of deception out there. And in fact, I would say that most likely the stories that Putin is taking care of business is NWO propaganda. Just like the Q stories. Why? The Q stories were propaganda, probably started on the left or by the NWO to keep patriots from doing their job. Don't worry your pretty little heads. We got it all taken care of. And it's the same kind of message. It's just the we got it taken care of is a different individual this time. So, yeah, don't put your faith in that stuff, guys. Don't put your faith in it. Put your faith in no man. There's things you can do to take care of business, and if it's got to be taken care of, you can't rely on anybody else to do it. I put a tool out there, and it's still out there, that you can use to go make those calls, to make those contacts. What do you think about the convention of states movements? Could be interesting, but we got to be careful. We might wind up with a convention that gets rid of the Second Amendment and all kind of stuff. You got to be real careful how that starts out. They might actually take our liberties. That's what I worry about. Which way will it really go? Which way will it go? See, actually, our liberties are there in the Constitution. Why don't we have a constitutional convention to guarantee what our Constitution's already supposed to guarantee? What we need to do is kick all the bums out, including the entire government who refuses to abide by the Constitution, and create a ginormous bureaucracy as a stopgap to give them a wiggle way around it. See, I really appreciate your channel. I also appreciate that you don't go off on your subscribers. Always a gentleman. Well, I hope you don't mind what I just said, because I wasn't trying to go off on y'all directly. I'm trying to go off on these topics that keep coming up. The resurface of Q-like phenomenology, which is to get people to sit down and not do anything. That's what I'm saying. Trying, but I'm not picking on anyone in particular, okay? There are other people out there that attack his commenters. I'm not doing that. Trump had backbone. That he did. Trying to get used to seeing you on a 60-inch widescreen and chatting on a cell. Okay. Yeah, let me turn this thing back around. I turned around and looked at those deer a minute ago. No audio. Oh gosh, really? Biden is as bad as crazy bombs away Hillary. Biden be bad. Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you, Greg. You really brightened up my day. Alabama road trip is on my bucket list. Yeah, well, we started out good. Presidents comes on soon. Oh, really? I gotta push this faster because I know I'm way behind now on my comments. May have to just call it over. You are always up front. That's what I like about your channel. There you go. Thank you. Got 190 thumbs up. Very good. Thank y'all. The whole, I gotta plug this phone back up again before I lose battery here. Unplugged it to turn it around. And I gotta make sure I got some juice on this thing. Hang on, guys. I do tell you what I think. But, you know, it's the problem is there's so much different disinformation out there, and a lot of it is false hope. There's a lot of people putting out there hopium, dopium, hope porn. Maybe that's what Q is, hope porn, but it's a psyop, guys. I said that way back. It's a psyop. It's not getting any better. Is it? Russian practicing nuclear drills now for Cold War? They are. They're already in the second round of nuclear drills today. I didn't bring that up. Lee is showing his Twitter stuff quiet for now. We're all thinking when Biden gives his address today, Putin will probably strike. Oh, who knows? Let's hope not, Judy. Granny is talking about Stacy. Oh, what about Stacy? Oh, Stacy. Oh, yeah. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, we did 2 videos together on what to do the first 24 and the second 24 hours after the nuclear attack. Yeah, sorry, guys. Guys, it's, yeah. We're going to get a sunset here if I ain't careful. Guys, I truly got to get back. So, ow. I didn't know I was going to be reading for an hour, just reading messages here. He's talking about nuclear from Venezuela. You said Putin's talking about nuclear from Venezuela? That's Stacy's vision, guys. That's the one that you could have plausible deniability, unless he's going to admit it. Now, why would he attack us from Venezuela and then admit it? That don't make sense. Because that's how you get plausible deniability. It's like, who did it? Who did it? Was it Russia? Was it Korea? Was it China? Who did it? Lord, guys. And maybe even Iran would do it. I think Iran's got 2 nukes. They got out of Kazakhstan. So I think Iran could actually pull out. Battle Axe is talking about CMEs and MP grid now. Yeah, exactly. Guys, oh yeah, the 60-minute show that came out. Have y'all seen that? I finally saw it on YouTube. You know, it just came out in 60 minutes. Mike Maybe was one of the featured speakers on that. I've interviewed him on my channel about 3 or 4 times. Mike Maybe is a friend of mine, and Mike Maybe is came to my Power Grid Defense conferences. Mike Maybe, Command Sergeant Major Mike Maybe, he's a real hero. I think the world of him. I'll get him back on my channel soon. He was in that. So a lot of that 60-minute series came about due to our group pushing 60 minutes to do a story on this, and we finally got it. So that's a major win for us, guys. There's some wins. We got some good news. Maybe we can turn this stuff around. GG New Days, tell him I'm not thinking the right words at the moment. GG New Days. What do you mean, Granny? Renee Link, I like the laundry there. It's people. Like I said, the laundry there is people that watch laundry in Ukraine, and I'm not talking about the Russians. Well, there is some dirty laundry in Ukraine. I'll admit that in a hurry. There's, like I said all along Ukraine's corrupt. And I said all along Biden's getting money out of there, and I'm sure Putin would like to take a swipe at that. But if you think Putin is saving the world and his whole ambition is just to take out the biolabs, I would think it's probably more to it than that. And him taking out biolabs in Ukraine would just be a drop in the bucket. It's not going to solve the problem. If there is a problem like that, then we need to take it on ourselves. That stuff should not be going on. Criminals in charge, not a word about the pandemic. Suddenly nothing good will come of this. There you go, Perry. You're right. Green Graves, it's all about the money. He said so when he and Trump were on TV. I'm sure money plays into it. That's true. I was wondering how he'll take it out on a plant, maybe extreme temp. Yeah, maybe a nuke. You got to make sure you kill all the virus. I mean, even a thermobaric bomb might not do it. I mean, you'd have to send a expert bio team, to expertly secure the facility, and that's something hard to do under a war. Actually, Ukraine totally corrupt. Hey, I'm not arguing with that. I agree. Uh, they are players. We are the doomed ones. We're not doomed yet, Renee. There's more of us than there is of them. Remember, I keep saying that. We're not doomed. They would like to make us there, but I think in the end we win. But that don't mean that we don't get, it ain't a rough ride. It could be really rough. They're bombing daycare centers and hospitals. I hardly doubt they're the kind enough to keep their internet running. Maybe they need the power and internet services to operate there. Think about that. I mean, maybe they haven't brought enough fuel. Maybe they got it to tap into the fuel that's there. Maybe they need the power grid operational for them to operate within Ukraine. It's a possibility. Yep, we name no names. We're trying not to. Well, they did do a little bit of bombing. They did do some bombing, mostly rockets. Well, they're not taking out the Ukrainian Air Force yet. So that's the odd thing. So if you fly a bomber, you want to have your enemy's fighters gone or under control. Those bombers have to have escorts. Did someone say who's going to take out Babylon? By the way, has never been taken out. That would be the second coming of Jesus. Just thought I'd let you know. There you go. I believe this is Buddha War. Buddha. Witchy. Green Greg's. Hello, fine sir. Well, thank you. Renee Hour. Owl. Agree, no names. Yeah, we're not in here to call people out. And, we all got our worldviews, and I respect everybody's coming in from different perspectives, and you get different information. I'm just trying to bring you around to the things that we hear a lot of times to get us, people, it's easy to get lured in when somebody's telling you what you want to hear. Well, a lot of times when people are telling you what you want to hear, that's one of the biggest psyops of all. That's how psyops are best run. Tell somebody what they want to hear. Make them think it's all good, whether it be bad or good. And like Hitler, he told his people they were the smartest, best people in the world, and they could conquer the world, and they needed to because everybody else stepped on them, so they deserved it. And somehow he managed to whip his people into a frenzy, into a fighting force, and he went out and invaded other people whom otherwise he might not have done. Take a shot every time Biden blames Trump or the American people tonight, and you might be drunk within first 15 minutes. Oh, that would probably kill me. I can't handle that much alcohol. I can't handle much at all. Just a couple of drinks, and my heart will go to town. And right now, my heart's beating too fast anyway, so I don't need it. Shot at Greg. No, I'm going to have to leave that alone. Virginia, Ukraine is huge. It is from the Gulf Coast to Chicago and east-west. Yeah, it's like 2 Texas, guys. It's twice as big as Texas. 7 deer. Did you see 7 in there? I wasn't looking that close. As I was talking to you, there might have been 7 out there. I definitely saw 3 at the edge. Don't know about Q. Didn't know that was around still. Yeah, Q was a major psyop run on the American conservative movement. Told everybody that, there's all this bad stuff going on, but don't worry about it. We got it taken care of. Don't worry, pretty little heads one little bit. We got it all in the bag. And they had nothing in the bag. Nothing whatsoever. If one missile goes stray, there is a mistake. That is not a mad monster killing babies. Well, people need to get off the Q crap, says Justin. Could feed a lot of folk with that deer. There you go. Alpha Omega, it's all theater. Well, there's a lot of theater, that's for sure. But, bullets flying, that's not the kind of theater you want, my friends. Bullets, missiles. People can't decipher what's propaganda and what's not. Well, that's a lot of that. Stacy, yeah, that's right, Stacy, I got it, guys. Earth isn't flat. You got that right, G-Man. You got that right. Will stands with me. Best to keep emotions out of it. Yeah. I'm just trying to make a point, guys. I'm not, hey, I'm fine. Yeah, say hello. Don't mind the rude. You have discernment. Yeah, keep the discernment. We had a mama deer had triplets and raised them on our property. Wow, that's nice. Well, they believe the new White House is in Florida. Yeah, haha. Not quite. Although he's actually kind of running a shadow government. Now, that's a fact. But it's not the White House. He's not running the United States per se. But he does have huge sway in the Republican Party. The Zelensky regime said the ghost of Kiev was a saint that came out that it was a flight simulator. They said the sailors on Snake Island were martyrs. Turns out they were POWs. They do have file labs, but they're P12. Let's see. Guys, there's a lot of fog in what's going on, what's going down, claims and counterclaims, and a lot of people here are getting linked up in their own worldviews of what is and what isn't. How did I end my video last night? Simply, there's 7 billion people on the earth. Everyone's got no two people have got exactly the same view. So there's only could at best only be one person that's absolutely right, but probabilities, the possibilities and probabilities are broader than that. So, and the probability would be that no one is right. So therefore, we're all wrong. So I'm not putting Q out. I'm trying to get people woke up about Q there, Justin, and things that are similar to it today. When people are telling you that everything's getting taken care of, don't worry your pretty little heads. I don't care that you say it's taking care of it. It's maybe time to start worrying your pretty little head and do something. And if there's something out there that needs to be done, then don't wait on somebody else to do it. There is no they, you is they. And I've gave y'all the tools to do it with. It's on the freedomrestorationfoundation.org. You got the tools to go out and contact your Congress kidders. Give them an earful. And if you can put together enough stuff where I can make a case and write an action alert on it, then we could do that. But I don't want to be looking goofy throwing out a bunch of stuff out there that somebody created under a psyop that's not true. We got to verify things, guys. We got to verify things. The stuff that I saw, I couldn't verify. I spent hours yesterday evening trying to dig into this to see if there was anything to it, and I did not find verification. Yeah, I saw documents, but they were all from a single source, so therefore it's all possible to fake it. You're right, Greg. Strong and peace, love, count to 10, and sing a song. There we go. I called Q out as BS from day one. There you go, Elton. Yeah, me too. And I made friends mad, and I said, that's not going to happen. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. I got sources. I got sources in the Pentagon. I got sources in the intel community. They know what they're talking about. And I said, no, it's not going to happen. I said, if you got sources like that, they're wrong. It don't make walking around. How can it be wrong? What's their sources? It don't make walking around sense. How about that? Well, it's also not, look, our good buddy with all his sources from the intel community and the Pentagon, who told us that asteroids are going to be hitting us November a year before last, and I came out, he said by November, or by what he said, by November, no one will be able to not die. Actually, I think he said by September, nobody will be able to deny. So I came out in August and did a video. I said, this is BS. I said, ain't no truth to it at all. And I made my case. And he was right. Not him. Although his channel is more than 10 times the size of mine. Yeah, there are different labs, Renee. There's different levels of security. But, if they're developing viruses that's that deadly, you've got to have proper containment if you're dealing with them. And if they're not that deadly, then what the heck are we worried about? Nobody can hide from radiation long enough before it's safe to be outside. Don't kid yourself. But radiation dies off rapidly. But there are some that won't remain for a long time. There are particles with long half-lives, so most of the radiation is gone within 2 or 3 weeks. So there's ways to deal with it. I talked about that. Unless it's a nuclear power plant, which just keeps giving. It's so generous. So that's why I say the losing the grid is more dangerous as a nuclear event than a nuclear war, because plants just keep giving. Now, if it was an isolated event, the plants could be contained. They've got a lot of safety factors built in, a lot of ways to deal with it. Oops, hang on, guys. I'm trying to get this smaller and I'm making it bigger. Spot on, GG. The semi-convoy went through Terre Haute, Indiana today. So I guess I'm not seeing as many trucks on the highway today. I mean, if we look out here right now, I don't see a single truck. Hang on. I don't see any trucks out here. Get down the other way. Nope, I don't see any trucks. Usually the roads are full of trucks. I'm not seeing many today. That kind of struck me as odd. Not so many trucks. Now the sun's going down, guys. I got to get, man. Sing the South's going to rise again. Virgil Caine was my name. Yeah, I got to practice that one. That's a good one. Virgil Caine was my name. Let's see. The night they tore old Dixie down. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that one. It's a good song. Audio fine here. He's giving a speech tonight. 5 by 5. All right, good. Amen. I have the same worries about the Constitutional Convention. Wow, I must be like 30 minutes behind in chat notes, guys. I can't stay in. I got to cut this short, guys. I can't go through it. I'm gonna have to start scrolling faster. I try to read everybody's notes, but y'all are really throwing them out here tonight. Get right with Jesus, says Renee Link. You can do what you need to do. Yeah, tell everybody to get right with their maker. I'd always tell you that. Granny Land, I love you. GG, thank you. Check out the Georgia Guidestones. I've mentioned them, guys. They wrote it in stone, what their objectives are. Mr. Putin, you are insane. I do believe he is. Some of you don't think so, but I do believe his worldview has gotten too far skewed. And it will kill the run of, yeah, it will do that. Unfortunately, and more. Garrett, was wondering why you didn't answer my phone. Yeah, Garrett, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. China and India standing behind Russia. What do you think the thickest? China and India standing behind Russia. Who do you think is thick as thieves? India stands behind Russia, not China. See, India don't like China. Russia gets to play a little bit on both sides. What about Venezuela, old as dirt? I keep seeing it come up. Tell me, what's your thought there? I'm worried about Venezuela. All right, is Hunter still getting his checks? Now, somebody asked that earlier. Wish I knew. Wouldn't surprise me. He's writing Biden's speech. Probably Obama. Granny Lana, did you ever get booted out of another channel I'm familiar with? I don't see. I can't afford that one. Too many grand kiddos. Russians are simultaneously running out of supplies and stalled, while also firing tons of rockets and gaining ground. Joe Peep himself. Yeah, it'll be an interesting talk tonight. 209 is my checking number. Well, thank you, Arnold. Appreciate that. Rocket Man, says Perry. Seeing the night they drove old Dixie down. The night they... I thought it was tore old Dixie down. It drove Nibiru hiding behind the sun. Yeah. Permanently for 20-something years, right? Yeah, forget though the Earth orbit, Earth, we would see it. You can't hide behind the sun coming in from outside the solar system. Dynamics don't permit that. Orbital dynamics do not allow for that. You can't permanently hide behind the sun. Now, smaller objects is hard to detect, like a little asteroid might. On occasion, Venezuela is chummy with China. They are. Being a nobody is the safest way to be. Yeah, that's called the gray man. We're under Obama for sure. That might be it. Maybe he is the president. Oh, we got a super chat. Dallas Homestead. Oh, I know I'm behind. Hey, I think I just got to the bottom. Awesome. Greg, see if you can join TMI tonight. Oh, at 18:30. I got to get home still. What's up with TMI tonight? I'll call you in a little bit, guys. I finally got John Baez, 1967. Yeah, that was good music. I love that song. I really love that song. Guys, it's almost sunset. I got to get home. I've actually got to tie into my work computer a little bit, and I got 100 other little things I got to take care of. I may actually have to take somebody home, so I got to get running because the sun is going down. See that? I got to get running, guys. I'm about probably 30, 40 minutes from home. Anyway, guys, appreciate it all. Thank you for the super chat there, Judy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's going to help. And we got to go, guys. Sundown. We came indoors, says the Greek country. All right, guys. I hope nobody takes offense to me getting a little excited trying to explain stuff. Sometimes I do that. I might drive. Hey, guys, we can just take a little stroll. I may not catch all the comments. If y'all wanna take a stroll up Montesano Mountain and down Huntsville again? Hang on. Just take a little stroll with me here. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to answer all the comments. I got to go. But, you know, this is just a chance. Y'all see a little countryside here. Garrett, I'll call you shortly. I don't have a link to the TMI meeting tonight, Garrett, unless you send it to me. You or Mike. I'm not in the email. George has not put me in his email. Called him Chuck Berry the other night by accident talking to Mike. There's a trailer park, tornado magnet. So 220 thumbs up. Appreciate that, guys. It's a little restaurant. Yeah, I don't mean offense to any of you guys. I'm just trying. Sometimes I get kind of excited trying to make a point. That's all. I'm not trying to berate people. I'm trying to educate, not berate, educate. At least share my perspective. Now, you may not agree with it, and that's fine. We don't have to agree on everything. I just hope that you love freedom more than anything else. Hope you're right with your maker and good with your family. And you need to. Sunset going over there. Now we got these little hills around here. This is the tail end of the Appalachian Mountains, the foothills of the Appalachians. Most of these mountains here in this area formed from the sediment that washed out of those mountains and then eroded down. The Appalachian Mountains were once said to have been 45,000 feet high. That's what some of the geologists believe. They believe they were higher than the Himalayas today. The Appalachian Mountains are deemed about to be the oldest mountain. Hey, we got another super chat. Yay! Wild Angel, thank you. Thanks for the drive. Okay, well then I did something good. Y'all wanted the drive. Thank you, Wild Angel. 3 Avenue. There's a place you can get you some firewood. You holler. Sun is behind the trees, guys. Behind the trees. There we go. Isn't that cute on the mountain there? See the sun behind the trees? Through the trees. You're just watching the sun through the trees on the mountaintop. So the top is not the top of the mountain, it's the top of the trees. But she's going down. She's going down. I don't see any sun now. So I guess she has slipped beneath the mountain. Just now. Just now. Found the peanut. Just now. Oh, $3.49 a gallon there. Not good. Found the peanut. Oh, got a bug. Hey, don't give me bug splinters these days. That's rare. Found the peanut. Found the peanut. Found the peanut just now. I just now found the peanut. Found the peanut just now. Freedom, that's right. See that, Granny? That's what we need to have our common. Oh, there's some sun. I see some sun there. That's a lower mountain. That's why. Got a little lower hill, but you can see it through the trees. See the sun through the trees, guys. Isn't it cute? Now she's going down again. We'll get our last of it here in a minute. Sophia, how you doing? Smoking fatty. I'm not going to smoke one with my tie on and my shirt here. I don't want to mess my shirt up. Should have Emery get back on me. I don't want to mess my dress shirt up or my tie. A bunch of cedar. Cedar loves limestone, I believe. You know, gravel. A lot of gravel's made out of limestone. Crush it down some more and you get the pulverized lime like you need for worm beds. I may just have to go get a truckload of that and sell it with my worms in the future, because a lot of people seem to be having trouble finding pure lime. Because they're always getting the chemically treated stuff. It's hard to find it. Where did I hear found the peanut? Oh my gosh. First grade. Cracked it up. I just now cracked it open just now. It was rotten, it was rotten, it was rotten just now. I know y'all don't want to hear this. It just now was rotten, it was rotten just now. Ate it anyway, ate it anyway, ate it anyway just now. I just now ate it anyway just now. Made me sick, made me sick, made me sick just now. It just now made me sick just now. Call the doctor, call the doctor, call the doctor just now. I just now called the doctor just now. He said I wouldn't die, he said I wouldn't die, he said I wouldn't die just now. He just now said I wouldn't die. Well, that's a record truck. Said I wouldn't die just now. Died anyway just now. I just now died anyway just now. Went to heaven, went to heaven. Went to heaven just now. It's currently eating peanuts. I just now went to heaven just now. Said a wordy dirt, played a harp just now. I just now played a harp just now. Broke a string just now. I just now broke a string. Wordy dirt, said a wordy dirt just now. I just now said a wordy dirt just now. They kicked me out just now. They just now kicked me out just now. Well, you don't get kicked out of heaven, but anyway. Went to hell just now. I just now went to hell just now. Killed the devil just now. I just now killed the devil just now. They gave me another chance just now. They just now gave me another chance just now. I was born again as a baby. Born again just now. I was just now born again just now. Found the peanut just now. I just now found the peanut just now. And it goes around and around. That's a song that never ends. Circular, like Planet of the Apes series. A time warp, time lock, time loop. Let's do the time warp again. Maybe not. Let's see. The night they tore old Dixie down. It was a Toro drove. I have to check it out. and all the people were singing. La na 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 na. Virgil Kane is my name. Yeah, I don't remember all the lyrics to that song. I got to work on that one. That's a good one. I like the song. Oh, I wish there were a land of cotton. Old times there are now forgotten. Blown away, gone away. No more here today. Dixieland. Yeah, I got a song I'm working up on that. There's a truck. There's one up there. I don't see them coming the other lane though. Yeah, I think there's a shortage of trucks around here today. I'm seeing a few, but not a lot, not many. Just a few. Maybe they're going to join the convoy. Convoy. I'm coming up toward Hunts Patch. This is an area used to be called Big Cove, and locals, developer came in here and tried to rename it Hampton Cove because they wanted to build a lot of big fancy houses, and Big Cove wasn't a fancy enough name, so they had to name it Hampton Cove. It's the Hamptons. We're moving into the Hamptons now. You're right. It don't look like Cape Cod to me, but hey, what can I say? People fall for anything, even rich people. Oh, they named it the Hamptons. This has got to be the place to be. So, I got to move there. I got to spend $1 million to buy me a house in the Hamptons, Hampton Cove. Because it's the Hamptons. Yeah, got to buy that. Even the rich people fall for stuff, guys. Even the rich people. My great-grandpa played the harmonica. Yeah, harmonica and spoons. That's good stuff. We're coming up on Monticello Mountain here. There's a bunch of greenhouses. Once we get into Huntsville, I'm probably going to end this and call Garrett. What's pretty is coming down this mountain from the other side into this valley. You see all these hills from the other side from up on the mountain. Looks real pretty. Or nighttime coming out in Huntsville. Looks real pretty. Take you some music lessons there. Might teach you how to sing Found a Peanut. Oh, I better hurry. I'm about to turn pink on me. Made it. Ooh, that's close. Found a peanut. You can teach me how to sing Found a Peanut if I go there and get some music lessons. I don't want to see my mirror. Tell me to hold the phone let me see stuff. Oh, Rex is in the house. All right. What's up, Rex? I didn't miss it. Rex, we're taking the drive. Dude, the car, man. Halo. All right. I have no TC cable. Uh-oh. Hope I ain't buffering too much. You know how that 5G is, Rex. Got some trees around here. These don't have much leaves on them, but might want to buffer. Hope not. Dixieland. All right. In Dixieland, where I was born, on frosty morning. Look away, look away, look away. Dixieland. Monticello Mountain. Rex, you got to come down here and see us, bud. Got an uncle down here. I know that. What up? It's a mountain. Heading up. Then we're going to head back down a little bit. Bunch of big houses up here. For the scenery, the view. Up and back down. You up that road, there's a bunch of people. That's where all the Germans used to live, guys, right up that road. Panorama Drive. Oh, now look, we see the sun again. Now we're on top. It was set in the valley, but up here, there's sunshine. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. I love a sunset. I'm a sucker for a sunset. I love a sunset. All right, we got a sunset drive, guys. This became a sunset drive. Look at this, guys. Isn't this beautiful? Woo-wee. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche in the night. What does that got to do with it? I don't know. Crazy song. That's a beautiful sunset, blocked by a water tank. Okay. Now we're coming into Huntsville. It's Huntsville on the other side. Over nighttime, you'd see the lights of town. The little stars on the ground, shining all around. Where it would otherwise be brown. Hey, give me my lane, guy. Only want half the road. Don't ask for much, just give me half. That's what the girls tell the guys, right? Just give me half. Yee-hee. Yiba, andere. Come on, slowpokes, get out of my way. Sunset. Now we're about to come into the medical district of Huntsville. That's all Huntsville Hospital up there. Oh yeah, I got to show y'all the church of I got to show y'all the First Baptist Intercontinental Ballistic Missile by the Church of the Cosmic Egg Beater Christ. You got to see that. I lost my voice after they ventilated me. Oh no, Granny, did you get it back? I think I might have been near Decatur, or not too far from Decatur. Out and play for you, GG. There you go. Do that. Northern Alabama. Oh, where you at? Christian Shack. I see green, that sunshine. They did right. I have to think about the lyrics to that one. That's one I heard when I was a kid. Kind of a bluegrass, helm type song. All Hunts Patch Hospital. Hunts Patch, Alabama. All right. Up ahead on the right, the First Baptist Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. You got to see this, guys. This is the biggest ballistic the biggest church rocket. You see that, guys? That is the church rocket, the first Baptist intercontinental ballistic missile. And if you don't think that's spacey, wait till you see the mural in front of this church. This is the First Baptist Church, by the way. And that does go from the ground up. Check out this mural, guys. This is the cosmic egg beater, Jesus Christ. And yeah, right beside him is that big missile. What do you expect from Huntsville, guys? Huntsville, Rocket City. Rocket City. USA. Hey, I may have to show y'all something else. Hang on, guys. I have to show you something. Lee is down from 14 to 8 cameras. What happened? They're losing views. What's happening in Ukraine, Granny? Are they making any progress against Kyiv? The second largest city, what's the name of it? Getting blamed rock right now. It was under some heavy attack. They were attacking that city very bad. So much so that the president of Georgia said it was the worst mayhem he had ever seen against civilians. So, oh guys, I'll show y'all something else. I can show y'all one of my rockets, I think. While I'm at it. I changed lanes again though. Show it. Pull that off. But these guys are too slow. I gotta get rid of them. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Rocket Man. Zoom, zoom, zoom. If I can get in there. I gotta get in the house. I've got somebody to take home, but I'll see if I can get in this place real quick. Ding, 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 ding. We may be close to seeing the Halo Skylaunch 2 rocket. If I can find a parking spot. If I can find the parking spot, I'll show it to you. This place may be crowded. May not be able to get in without a long hike, and I haven't got time for a long hike today. It'll be a good way to end a video. Good way to end a video. We used to have Stone Middle School right here. It had a fence around it like a prison. It's a very oppressive looking place once upon a time. Now, this is like Party Central, Huntsville Party Central. Wow. Hey, I think I might be able to get a parking spot in here if I hurry. Yeah, there's some in there. They're filling up fast. I don't have to park in the back. That's kind of takes too long to hike. I'm watching the parking spots fill up as I sit here beside the place. Hey, all right, come on, let's get in there. Show y'all my Halo SL2 rocket, Skylaunch 2 rocket, hanging from the ceiling of a place called Straight to Ale. Just so happens the owners of it are members of Huntsville, Alabama L5 Society. So rather than just have the rocket sit around in a, let me go up here and park. That last parking spot just got took down there. So I'll probably get one right here. There's one too. I'm gonna take this one because that truck's kind of a little bit in the way there. I don't know, because where he parked, this is the last one in this direction. This parking lot's filling up fast. These cars are real close. I'm gonna have to back up, get this one a little better so this guy can actually get up beside me. There really ain't room in here the way people are parking. All right, we're gonna do a quick in and out. Long goose. The goose is loose in the hoose. Unplug this thing. And guys, give me a second. Just gonna walk in the lobby and show y'all a rocket here. How many we got in here? We got 62 in here now. All right, you 62 are going to see this. Probably nobody else watched this video this late. You're going to see my Space Launch 2 Halo high altitude liftoff rocket. Halo high altitude liftoff. When I say Halo, I mean it. This rocket kind of sort of flew, and the 20th of July, 1988. But it flew like an arrow launched at us because it got hung up on the launch gantry. Instead of going to the sky, it did fly, but it was coming at us on the deck of the boat. The NASA Pearl River barge out in the Gulf of Mexico. So hang on, guys, you're about to see it. That's my Halo Space Launch 2 rocket. The first time I saw it above me like that, I was running for my life because this is coming at me. And if you don't believe it, look on that fin. See that? Halo, high altitude liftoff. It's got a monkey on top. Check up other funny things. Oh, I'm at it here. Then I gotta go. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, they like the monkeys here. Yeah, this is a brewery. Okay. Again, there it is. Von Braun Space Station. There's another rocket hanging over there. That's not mine. All right. Q&A is real propaganda. What's that got to do with my Halo rocket? There's no Chevrolet Impala from the 60s. Yeah. Mid-60s Chevrolet Impala. Hello. There you get home. Gotta go. Well, there's a parking spot there. That's just opened up. Alrighty, guys. Y'all got to see the Halo rocket. I'll give y'all a story about how that came chasing after me one day, nearly killed me. because of NASA safety. NASA safety nearly got me killed. Now I are one. Anyway, it's a heck of a story. I think I've told it before on the channel. If y'all want me to, I'll tell it again. But right now, I got to make a phone call. I got to drive. So hope everybody had fun today. We did get to see the lake. We talked about Putin. It's Putin shooting, a lot of other stuff. So hope everybody's doing well. Everybody needs to make sure you're right with your maker. Tell your family you love them. Hug your loved ones every chance you get. And be prepared for the worst in case it comes. But hopefully we will pray for the best, and hopefully that's what we get instead. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for being here. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank you guys. And goodbye, over and out. Mishaps and rockets go hand in hand. Amen. Allison's laws of rockets are 1, rockets go boom. 2, rockets have always gone boom. 3, rockets always will go boom. My job currently is to try to make them go boom less often. And that's in spite of management, which I think is the biggest problem in that equation. Anyway, guys, hang on. Keep dropping my keys. I ain't gonna get out of here if I keep doing that. Got too many things in my hands. Anyway, little keychain here. Well, it would help if I got the right key, wouldn't it? Can I PM you and how? If you can find me there, Nature Boy. I'm out there. If you look in the right places, you'll find me. I gotta run. I got tons of people messaging me all the time. I respond as I can, but you know, I'm inundated by that stuff. Anywho, all right, everyone, y'all take care. I gotta run. I gotta hit the road, get to the house. I'm about 15 minutes out. 15 minutes out. Lottie-dottie. All right, guys, thank y'all. Over and out. Greg out. Goodbye.